but it is a good way to learn some basic commands. I'm going to show a different way to create a box or a tray as opposed to a flat plate and adding flanges, because there's always a number of different ways to skin a cat, so to speak. So I'm actually going to select, I've started a new drawing. I'm just going to select my cuboid command. I've got a number of different options. Again, as I always do, I like to work around a center. You may like to work from a certain corner. There's a choice. You can specify your dimensions here, or you can basically draw it on the screen. And noting I've set my color again, I just like to have different entities in different colors just so visually it stands out. So I'm going to pick off my center. I'm going to actually just go to 100, enter, to 100, enter, and then of course I'm going to have another dimension as well because I need my height, so I'm just going to put 50. Okay, I'm going to accept that, and essentially I've got my shape. All right, 200 by 50 mil height. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to shell this because it's no good to me as a block, so to speak. So I'm going to select shell. In here I'm going to put my thickness. This is going to be the thickness of the wall. Okay, and that can be anything that you choose to do. You can reverse it, but I want this to go internal. I'm going to always follow your commands here. All right, I'm going to select the item. All right, I'm going to accept that. And now I'm going to pick the faces to remove. Now I want to remove this whole face, so I'm going to select it, accept it, go OK. And now you'll see I've actually created the bases of my tray. Nice and quick and easy. Now, of course, that's not going to flatten because look at my cornices, there's no radius bends, etc. So what I'm actually going to do now, I'm going to go to prepare. All right, I'm going to go to my split edge command, and again I've got the same options as you've seen in other videos, and I've got the gap. So I'm going to click here and here and here, so you'll notice that I'm multi-selecting, and here, depending on the command I use, I'm going to apply that, and what we're going to see now is I've got my split corners exactly the way I want. Now of course that's still not going to flatten out because I need radiuses down here. So now I'm going to add a bend. And again, when I set up the bend, I can have my inner radius, okay? And I can have, I can specify my start and end points for the bend. And I'm going to also have an auto corner relief applied as well. So I'm going to select here, 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 and here, and hit apply. And hopefully what I'm going to get is I'm going to get all my bends added on, which is exactly what's occurred. All right, so we can zoom that up. Remember, right mouse button, you can rotate around and we can visually have a look at it. All right, now what will happen though, that still is not going to flatten because it's not drawn in sheet. All right, so when I run this command, it's not going to flatten. And again, a reminder, you can customize these commands to suit yourselves. Okay, so I'm going to go OK. And what I'm actually going to do is go back to parts, and then I'm going to go unfold. It's going to recognize the thickness. Again, at this stage, I'm not using the database, right? But it's going to recognize the thickness, and when I simply verify it or OK, it's going to actually convert it into sheet metal. You can see the colors changed, and now I've flattened it out. I now have sheet metal. All right, very simple, but a different way to create a basic box. Thank you.